For those of you working in pro patterns, I want you to understand that all the videos I've made so far, I'm going to trash. I'm going to remake this entire quest. If you've been working on these, come talk to me and we will arrange for a little extra gold to fall into your account, because we're going to redo this a different way. And I want to thank Sue for this. Sue as in file. If we say new from template, you're now going to have a new template in there called Pro Pattern Sue. And when you open this up, I'm going to hit cancel. You get this file without artwork on this tile. On this artboard. So this is our tile. If I select this, this is where your artwork goes, and then create a pattern. Now we have a pattern that we can create, we can name. Okay, this is important. You want to name these right from the start, and just something simple like 01. And we're going to start at 01 for every new pattern. I just can't come up with a naming convention that isn't ultra complex. And for right now, this will work. Okay, so we've got a name for this, and I'm going to hit tab just so that name sticks, and then hit escape. And now if I click on this and I roll over this and just hover, you see it says 01. Boom. And then when we save out this JPEG, we can name it 01. But this entire file, see, this is the artboard. If I go ahead and save this, Command S, now I'm going to go inside my pattern files. I'm going to have to clean this out because I'm just going to name this 01. I'm not going to have anything fancy. We'll call this 01. And just say save, hit return. And then we hit return again. The first return made the folder, second return saved the file, third return says, yeah, save it out that way. Now, if I cut over to the Finder, and hopefully I don't have something screwy open, and I got a whole bunch of things open, and I come out here to my pattern files, and there's Robin Williams from yesterday. We have our 01 file, and notice that it's preview, even though the pattern was there, is just artboard 1. And this was Sue's contribution. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So I'm going to drag this file over here. We still have to do this part. This is from yesterday. And then hold down Command and Option in order to make an alias and drop it into this folder. Okay? And what the heck was that? Command Z. Command Z. Throw this away. Apparently I had the wrong thing selected. So holding this down, Option and Command, making the alias. There we go. So if something screwy like that happens to you, then you can fix it. But right now we have a better system. And, thanks to Sue. So I'm going to be throwing these away after I save the artwork, the tiles that I made. And you go ahead and work. Next week, there'll be a new quest. Today may be kind of crazy. Come talk to me if you've been working on the larger file, and we'll set up something to compensate you for lost time. This is going to be so much better. And of course, don't save out this JPEG until you come out here. You can just hit return because I've got this selected. I have the move tool. You can just hit return and pulls up this move dialog box. I wanted you to know where it was because I wanted you to know these things. And now make sure transform objects is off, transform patterns is on, and now you can use the up and down arrows to position this. And why? Oh, I have preview off. That's why preview's off. And so then you can get this position just so. And I'm not going to take the time. Well, I guess I am going to take the time just to do this. And that's just one of several different ways you could center this pattern. There are other ways to do it. Okay. So for right now, if we click OK, then with this tile has to be active. Now we can save for the web. It's about time you learned that shortcut, Shift Option Command S. And it's 1,000 by 1,000 pixels. We're going to go ahead and save it. JPEG 60 is just fine. Save that out, and we're going to go into our pattern files, into the 01 folder, and it's already named 01. We're going to have to rename these as we go, 02, 03, 04, because they're all going to be named 01. And that way, the JPEG coincides with the pattern's name. And so just so you can see, I'm going to drag this down and double click on it, and then we can, change the width and height, or, which you can do. Don't take these incrementally out. It's probably good to add about 50 pixels to both of these just to show them spread out. And then for 03, we'll name this thing. And I'll just name this 02. It doesn't matter. Is, say, brick by row. And this is a completely different pattern, right, than the one we had before. But having these things touch may or may not be great. But you go ahead, figure this out, name these things, and then save them. And then our patterns are named. And when we click here, we can click on the second pattern, and we can move through this and have intelligently named pattern files. They'll all be the same. Every different file, every different tile is still going to have 01, 02, 03, 04. We'll just stick with this and see how it works. Okay? Okay, thank you. Come get your gold.